Developing right now, a decision by the Supreme Court is maintaining access to one abortion pill. Coming up, how this will impact reproductive rights across the natural state. Plus, one state drenched by historic rainfall and dealing with loss. In minutes, how the state of Florida is responding to a terrifying disaster. And we're honoring freedom as celebrations get underway this weekend. Later in the show, how the Juneteenth in the Rock 5K is run is providing you with a history lesson. THV 11 at noon starts right now. Well, the skies are clear and the sun is shining. Good afternoon, Central Arkansas, and thank you for choosing us as the ones to trust. I'm Jurnee Taylor, and as you can see, I have a friend joining us here, Tom Brandon. Nice to see you out there. The temperatures are rising as we prepare for the weekend field events. And the cereal drive is hitting the road this week. Chief, what did you have to say? Go ahead.
Oh, when you said you had a friend, I was looking behind me to make sure that... Thank you for talking about me. That's awfully nice of you, Jurnee. I appreciate that. Hey, this is the Arkansas Food Bank, the mid-month drop-off of the cereal drive. We're inviting teams to come out. A lot of teams have collected a lot of cereal, a lot of money. They're dropping it off, and then they'll go back and they'll collect a little bit more cereal. So come by. If you're one of the teams participating in the cereal drive, this is for you. You can drop off cereal and have a wonderful lunch provided by the Capitol Hotel. Shrimp and grits, collard greens. They've got desserts and cookies. It's just a wonderful lunch. Thank you, Capitol Hotel. Some of our teams are here. The Capitol, not only Capitol Hotel, we've got First Community Bank is here. Blue Cross is here. Angela Sexton and Fax, it's very long, but she's here with us. And Kroger joining us, coming out and dropping off cereal and helping us out today. And it's going to be a fantastic afternoon. Let's get a little weather. The weather is going to be heating up. 91 already here in Little Rock. Skies are going to clear out this afternoon. When you factor in the humidity, it feels a little bit warmer. Little Rock, it already feels like 97. Heat index this afternoon could top out near 100. It feels like 90 in Camden, feels like 95 in Fort Smith. Here's a look at your weekend forecast, and we're going to keep temperatures in the mid-90s. Hottest weekend so far. Heat index values eclipsing 100 degrees. And another ozone action day. I have details on that coming up in a few minutes. Right now, back into Jurnee.
All right, Tom, thank you for that. We begin with new details from U.S. lawmakers as they demand more information be handed over regarding the shooting death of Brian Malinowski. The former Little Rock Airport director was fatally shot during an ATF raid in March. That incident has since garnered attention at the national level, with federal lawyers grilling the ATF director over their tactics. Those very officials are now asking Arkansas State Police for an unredacted copy of the case file and any recordings they might have. Arkansas will take on big media companies as a judge in Polk County rules that Attorney General Tim Griffin can move full steam ahead with legal challenges against Facebook and Instagram. Griffin calls the decision a victory as the lawsuit claims those platforms are misleading about the consequences of heavy use. Now, the Attorney General released a statement on the matter saying in part, quote, Silicon Valley has now been served a message that their profits cannot be built on the backs of Arkansas's youth. The owner of Green Springs Medical Marijuana Dispensary in Hot Springs is fighting back after the ABC board stripped away his ability to make sales. During a hearing on Wednesday, officials decided to revoke that license due to concerns of multiple state violations. A day later, the owner pleaded for another chance by asking for a new license and for a transfer of ownership. That attempt being met with immediate roadblocks as the board refuses to budge.
If you take action, you're actually circumventing the constitutional authority provided to you, which is to oversee the issuance and renewal of licenses. The license is not in existence based upon the revocation that occurred yesterday.
The owner of Green Springs refused an interview but says he's waiting on a judge to decide on his appeal. The United States Supreme Court has ruled that access to a popular abortion pill can stand. Our sister station, KFSM, shares the impact this will have across the state of Arkansas.
Mifepristone is a two-step drug that can be used during the first 10 weeks of pregnancy. It was used in nearly 2/3 of all U.S. abortions last year. Thursday's ruling allows mail-order pharmacies to continue shipping mifepristone. We reached out to Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin's office to understand how this ruling affects Arkansas's total abortion ban. Griffin said, quote, "The decision has no bearing on the legality of the use of mifepristone in Arkansas or anywhere else. Elective abortion is illegal in Arkansas, and that has not changed." While this ruling does not impact the state's abortion ban already in place, it does mean Arkansas residents who wish to not be pregnant can still seek medical assistance in states where abortion is legal. In a prepared video statement, Emily Wales, president and CEO of Planned Parenthood Great Plains, which serves Arkansas and Oklahoma, says the organization would have continued as a resource even if the ruling was different.
We were prepared to shift to an alternative method. No one wants to use something that is not the standard of care, that's not the absolute best care for their patients. So it's a relief we don't have to do that. So for patients wherever you call home, whether you're coming from Kansas or Missouri or another neighboring state, we will still be here for you, and medication abortion is still available.
This is the Supreme Court's first abortion-related ruling since Roe v. Wade was overturned in 2022, but it likely isn't the last.
Well, the heat is cranking up just about everywhere, and experts are taking action to cool down some of the warmest spots in Little Rock. Over 60 people took part in a heat study last year, mapping out what they called heat islands across the city. Now, those results are in and reveals downtown having some of the most areas impacted by heat. Now, the reasoning, I'm sure you understand, is due to parking lots, buildings, and interstates, all of which has officials working to find solutions.
That's why the strategies of planting more trees, of having more vegetation, green roofs, green walls, that's a fairly easy way to begin that mitigation process. White roofs, reflective materials, in other words, that's another tactic.
For immediate next steps, sustainability officers are shifting their focus on areas heavily impacted by last year's March tornado. And as we deal with rising temperatures, some kids may be tempted to stay inside, but that's not the case for one kid with the passion to help others this summer. Helping foster children find their forever homes is the goal of 8-year-old Charlie Hobbs, who's been selling a mammoth sunflowers to bring awareness to the cause. So far, his business has already brought in over $1,000 and is planning to give that money to local charity.
I'm just really thankful, that a kiddo of his age is already thinking about helping, other kiddos that aren't as fortunate as he is. So, I think it's a wonderful thing.
While he's receiving plenty of praise, little Charlie says it just makes sense to do what he loves while giving back. Well, we're looking forward to this weekend, and we hope you're just as excited as we are to celebrate Juneteenth in the Rock. The annual Juneteenth in the Rock Street Festival kicks off early tomorrow morning as we honor the day African Americans received word that they were no longer subject to enslavement in Galveston, Texas. The event is happening on historic West 9th Street in downtown Little Rock with food, activities. There's a 5K run first thing in the morning and celebrity guests. You can have all that information at your fingertips and other information on the events just happening across Central Arkansas by texting Juneteenth to 501-376-1111. And of course, we can't forget about the dads out there. As we celebrate Father's Day this weekend, the Jacksonville Mighty Vikings are inviting you out for a free, fun-filled day. Food, drinks, football, you name it. It is all going down from 3 p.m. to 7 this Sunday. All the information you need is right there on your screen. Rising costs has some people reconsidering their shopping habits. When we return, why the no-buy movement is seeing more traction.
Summer heat and humidity building in for the weekend, as well as some pretty bad air out there. Quality alert day once again. A code orange. We'll talk about that and your weekend forecast after the break.